You close your laptop on Friday after 8 hours of great work with Claude Code. Monday morning, you open a new session, and it knows nothing. Not what you built, not why you chose that approach, not what was left half-finished. So you spend the first 30 minutes re-explaining your own project to a machine that helped you build it. That's the problem the handoff solves, permanently. Last video, I covered it in 90 seconds. Today, we do it properly. The full thing, start to finish. Here's exactly what you'll walk away with. What a handoff actually is, in plain terms. The 5 blocks that make one useful instead of useless. The command file that generates it for you automatically. The part almost everybody skips. How you open the next session so the handoff actually gets used. Then variants for long projects and teams, and the 4 mistakes that quietly ruin handoffs. Every file is in the free repo linked below. Let's start with the confusion I think tripped people up last time. There are 2 different kinds of forgetting, and mixing them up is why this stays fuzzy. Number 1, compaction. That happens inside one long session. The conversation gets too big, so it's summarized to make room. Details blur, but you're still in the same session. Number 2, a new session. You close the window, come back tomorrow, open a fresh one. That's not blurred memory, that's a blank page. Zero context. Plan files help with the first problem. The handoff is built for the second one, and that's the gap most people never close. So part 1, the simplest possible definition, because this is not a complicated idea and it shouldn't sound like one. A handoff is one file. At the end of your work session, you tell Claude to write down everything a future session would need to continue. What got done, what's left, what was decided, and what to do next. That file sits in your project. Tomorrow, in a brand new session, the first thing you do is point Claude at it. It reads the file, and it's instantly caught up. That's the entire concept. It's a note you leave for the next version of your assistant. And the trick is that Claude writes the note itself, because it's the one who remembers the details right now. Think about what actually dies when you close a session. 3 things. The state, which files changed, what's working, what's half-built. The reasoning, why you rejected the first approach, why that library, why that structure. And the momentum, the exact next step you had queued up in your head. Your Git history preserves almost none of that. Your code shows the what, never the why. The handoff is the only artifact that captures all 3, and it takes about 20 seconds to produce. Part 2, anatomy. Most handoffs fail because they're just a summary. A summary tells you what happened. A good handoff tells the next session what to do. 5 blocks. Block 1. What's done, specific and verifiable, not we worked on off, but login endpoint done and tested, tokens stored, refresh not started. Block 2. What's outstanding, in priority order, so the next session knows where to start, not just what's missing. Block 3. Decisions made and why. This is what stops tomorrow's Claude from undoing today's thinking. Block 4. Gotchas, the traps you hit, the thing that broke, the flaky test, so you don't rediscover the same landmine twice. And block 5, the important one, the next session prompt. Look at the difference side by side, because this is the whole video in one slide. The bad one is what most people write. Worked on off, made progress, some issues, continue tomorrow. Tomorrow that is worth nothing. You still have to go reread your own code to figure out where you were. The good one is specific. The endpoint that works. The 2 things left in priority order, the decision and the reason behind it, the trap that'll waste 20 minutes if you forget it, and a literal prompt to paste. The bad one describes. The good one instructs. Part 3. You should never write that by hand. Let's build the command that makes Claude produce it for you, every single time, in the same shape. Here's the mechanism, and it's simpler than people expect. In your project, there's a folder called .claude, and inside it, a folder called commands. Any markdown file you drop in there becomes a /command, named after the file. So a file called handoff.md gives you /handoff. When you type it, Claude Code reads that file and follows the instructions inside, as if you typed them yourself. That's it. No plugin, no config, no install. A markdown file is a command. Once that clicks, you'll build commands for everything. This is the file. Notice it's just instructions written to Claude in plain English. That's all a command ever is. 5 headings matching our 5 blocks, with a nudge on each. Be specific. Name real files, prioritize the outstanding list, include rejected options, capture the traps. And the last line matters. After writing the file, print the next session prompt into the chat, so you can copy it immediately without opening anything. Create this once, in one project. Copy it to every other project forever. Genuinely a 5-minute job that pays back weekly. When do you run it? Obviously at the end of a session, before you close the window. That's the main one. Also right before you clear the conversation and start fresh. Before any long break, lunch, a meeting, the end of a sprint day. And here's the one power users lean on hardest. When a session starts feeling sluggish, confused, or is contradicting itself, don't fight it. Run the handoff, close it, and open a clean session with that handoff as your first message. You get a fresh, sharp context that still knows everything. That single move fixes most bad Claude Code days. Part 4, and honestly this is the part that gets skipped, which is why people write handoffs for a week and then quietly stop. A handoff nobody reads is just a diary. Writing the handoff is only half. The other half is how you open the next session. And most people open it by typing something vague like, "Okay, let's continue where we left off." Claude has no idea what that means. It hasn't read anything yet. It doesn't know that file exists. Remember, a fresh session starts completely blank. It can read your files, but only if you tell it to. So your first message has one job. Point it at the handoff and give it the first task. That's the whole receiving protocol. Paste this, or something like it, as your very first message. Read the handoff, then the plan and decisions files if they exist. Then, and this bit is the quality check, summarize back in 3 lines. Where we are, what's next, anything you're unsure about. Those 3 lines take 5 seconds to read, and they tell you instantly whether the handoff was any good. If the summary is wrong or vague, your handoff was weak, and you fix it before wasting an hour. Then it starts on the first outstanding item. No re-explaining, no warm-up, no lost morning. Once both halves are in place, your work stops being a pile of disconnected sessions and becomes one continuous chain. Session 1 ends, writes the handoff. Session 2 opens, reads it, works, and overwrites it with a fresh one. Session 3 does the same. The conversation is disposable, but the thread of the project never breaks, across days, across weeks, even across machines. And notice you can leave a project for a month and come back with 0 ramp-up, because the handoff is written for someone who remembers nothing, which, after a month, is also you. Part 5, Variants. Once the basic one is a habit, 3 variations cover almost everything else you'll hit. Variant 1, the quick checkpoint. A 5-line version you run mid-session before something risky, like a big refactor. Fast insurance. Variant 2, the archive handoff. Instead of overwriting one file, write dated ones into a handoffs folder. Handoffs/2026-7-27. Now you have a written history of the whole project's reasoning, which is genuinely useful months later. Variant 3, the team handoff. Same structure, but written for another human. No assumed context, links to the PR and the ticket, and an explicit "here's what I do next." That one makes you look extremely organized for about 30 seconds of effort. And the 4 ways people ruin this. 1. Too vague. Worked on the API is a diary entry, not a handoff. For specifics, file names, function names. 2. Know why. If you record decisions without reasons, tomorrow's session cheerfully reverses them, and you lose a day. 3. Written too late. If you clear the conversation first, the details are already gone. The handoff has to be written while the session still remembers. 4. The fatal one, never read. If you don't open the next session by pointing at it, none of this matters. Write it, then use it. And here's the honest payoff, not hyped. This doesn't make Claude smarter. It makes your project survivable. The difference between someone whose AI sessions compound into real progress and someone who restarts from confusion every morning is almost never prompting skill. It's whether the thread between sessions survives. 20 seconds at the end of a session buys you a 30-minute head start on the next one. Do that 4 times a week, and it's a genuinely different working life. The whole thing, one screen. Write it. Create the handoff command once. Run it at the end of every session. 5 blocks. Done. Outstanding. Decisions. Gotchas. Next prompt. Read it. Open every new session by pointing at the handoff and asking for a 3-line summary back before any work starts. Keep it. Overwrite for daily work, archive dated copies for long projects, and write a human-readable version when you hand off to a teammate. That's it. That's the entire system, and it's maybe 10 minutes to set up.
Ship it.
The handoff command, the session start prompt, and all 3 variants are in the free repo link below. Clone it, and you're running in 10 minutes. If this cleared up what the last video only touched on, that's exactly what comments are for, so tell me which part of my workflow to break down next, and I'll make that video too. Subscribe for more Claude Code and data engineering deep dives every week. Now go end your next session properly. See you in the next one.